morning. It is Tuesday of spring break and it is March 19th, I believe. And my daughter and I are headed out of town to do a little thrifting and just see what we can see out and about. I have not been in the outside world since Friday, so I'm finally feeling semi-human. And it's like 40 some degrees here, which is kind of gross. And it's kind of, you know, looking dry and gray here because it's still wintry, but spring is coming. We've had some rain. Things are starting to green up a little bit, but it's just kind of depressing a little bit still. So we are gonna see what we can see today, and we'll take you along for the ride if there's anything cool to show you. But Caitlin's hoping to find some cool like baskets and pottery pots for her plants. And we'll just have to see what there is. So we don't know exactly where we're going, but we're just gonna kind of see what there is out here. Find some thrift shops we've never been to before and just poke around because we don't have anywhere that we have to be at any time because we're on spring break. All right, I'm feeling a little better. Still have crud, but I'm not terrible. So we're just gonna be out and about. Hi, we made it back home. I got all the groceries put away, took out my contacts because my eyes are bothering me, and now we're just gonna relax. We didn't see a lot. The thrift store that we went to was closed. Like, not closed for the day, like closed, like permanently. So that was a bummer. And then there weren't really any other ones to go to in that town. We might try to go a different direction tomorrow and see if we can find something somewhere else. I showed you some plants and things that we looked at. Caitlin got a palm tree and she's potting it right now outside. We got a pretty pot to go with it. I don't know if I filmed it or not. And we got some stuff to make soup, and I got some chips and just random stuff. And we went to Dollar Tree and found nothing. Went to Dollar General and found nothing. And now we're home and we're just gonna eat lunch, and it's like 3 in the afternoon. So we're both kind of tired and hungry. May take a nap and watch some Netflix. We'll drink some water and just relax. So that was what we did today. Not much exciting going on tonight either. Probably gonna make spaghetti and meatballs for supper with some garlic toast. That's about it. Kind of living the relaxing life right now. Just kind of chilling out and not having to do much of anything. I have been kind of looking at things for next week when I return to school. There is a March Madness thing I'd like to do that's made by Corey Markison. It's a comprehension breakout, and my kids love breakouts. That's when you have the lock boxes, which I did her Monsters Inc. one back in October. I think it's time to break out another breakout. So I'll probably be prepping some of that stuff over spring break because there won't be a lot of March left if I don't. So yeah, we only have like another week or so of March after this. So we go back the 25th. Yeah, that's the last of March. So yeah, there's not much March left after this week. So I'll probably be doing that on Friday, I would think. It's got character traits, fact and opinion, and some other things I can't remember now. But I will share that with you when I do it, and I'll see what I can film. So that's about it for today. Hi, happy Monday. I feel like I haven't vlogged in forever. So I didn't get a chance to vlog at all at school. Onyx is saying hi, baby. So they got used to us being home for like over a week, like 10 days. And it was pretty weird for us to be gone today. So they had people and then they had nobody. So she's very excited to have people back. Plus she wants food. But it's not quite time. It's only 4:30. Sorry, baby. Not quite time. She's very excited though. Anyway, hello. Happy Monday. I had no time at all to vlog at school whatsoever because coming back from spring break, I had all the things to do. So I needed to get some materials ready for my class. I needed to get some materials ready for Power Hour for the rest of the week. So that's ready to go. My teacher next door to me has had surgery on her foot. And so she's out. So she has a really awesome guest teacher. And I just helped him a little bit. He didn't need much of anything. And just kind of showed him what we were doing for Power Hour since we're in the same group. That went really well. I have late bus duty now. And so I can't do any vlogging after school because as soon as I take the kids to the bus, then it's time for me to leave. So here I am. Today, I wore this shirt dress that's kind of down to the knee. And it's from Old Navy. And then I wore some black leggings. I'll show you those in just a minute. I wore these little silver hoops that I think are from Old Navy as well. And then a couple of Alex and Annie bracelets. I've got a heart one from Valentine's Day and my pineapple one for my birthday. I decided not to wear the snow globe one because I think we're all over the snow because it's March. It's March 25th and we don't need more snow. We need spring because it's officially spring now, which is why I wore these shoes. I got those for Miami specifically. That's a whole story that I will go into in a minute. So here are my leggings. That I also got for Miami so I'd have yoga pants. Okay, so for the last couple weeks, I have been talking about the Impact Driven Teaching Conference happening in Miami and that I was so excited to go. And then it didn't work out and I'll tell you why. Some of you have messaged me, some of you have made comments on my videos and asked me what happened. So here's what happened. I got a message from the airline 2 days before the conference saying, we've canceled your flight. And I panicked for half a second and then went, okay, let's read the rest of it. And then they said, but we've booked you on this other flight. Well, here's why they canceled my flight, the original one. It's because originally I was booked on one of those Boeing 737 Maxes. Those are the planes, if you've read anything lately, that have crashed lately. One crashed in October in Ethiopia. Another one crashed like the same week of my conference. And so they were grounded. All 737 Boeing Max jets were grounded, like nationwide, everywhere. So the airline had said, we booked you on a different flight. I'm like, okay, good. I would rather not be on a plane that they don't know why they're crashing. Nobody knew. So that was all good. So the night before the conference, after my conferences at school, I had vlogged on the way home, but then I didn't vlog after that. Here's what happened from that point on. So I get home, I grab my family, we zip over another half an hour away from where we live, and we went to a mall where they had a Dillard's. We had about 20 minutes because they were closing really soon. So I needed to get a couple of fancy dresses. I needed a dress for the cocktail time and I needed a gala dress, which in my mind is a long formal dress. So we struck pay dirt, like immediately. Like Caitlin and I were both finding dresses left and right. And I just grabbed everything I thought might work because it needed to be a mad dash because I did not want those people to have to stay and wait on me. So we get to the dressing room, we're trying stuff on. I found 3 dresses that were awesome. 2 formals and a shorter one for the cocktail time. So I got all 3 because I didn't know which of the formals I wanted to keep. Didn't have time to make a decision, just got them all thinking I'll just take one back. Awesome, yay. We get home, I do laundry, I'm packing. I never even went to bed that night because I didn't have time because we needed to leave at 3 a.m. for the airport. So I'm like, oh, well, I remember reading on my information from the ticket that I had that I could check in online 24 hours ahead. So I tried to do that and it wouldn't let me. And I'm like, well, that's weird. I'll just do it when I get to the airport. So we get up, get all packed up. We go to the airport. It's a 2.5-hour drive from my house to Kansas City International Airport, right? So we're there. We get there. I get in there. We find the gate. No problem. I go to the TSA counter to try to check in. They're like, and they wouldn't use the thing on my phone. Like they wouldn't use that as check-in. They're like, you have to go to a kiosk and print stuff off. I'm like, okay. So I go to the kiosks and they're out of paper and not working. Fabulous. So then I find some way farther down on a really, really far down the hallway gate. And I check those. It says, please wait for assistance. Someone will help you. Well, I wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait, and nobody ever comes. So I go to a different kiosk, and it starts spinning and spinning and won't do anything either. So I'm like, what the heck? So finally we go up to the ticket counter and find a person. And they tell me, oh, well, it's too late now. You can't check in. I'm like, wait, what? So apparently I missed check-in by 10 minutes, according to them. But it was because their kiosk wouldn't work. It wasn't because of my error. It's because they weren't working. So I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, this is not cool. And I explained the situation. Honestly, they just didn't care. To be real, they didn't care. They're like, whatever. Because I'm sure they hear all kinds of excuses. Mine was not an excuse. Mine was a reason. So I'm like, I looked at the lady like, what are you going to do about this? She was very, very kind. And she found another flight for me. I'm like, okay, good. Whew. She said, now, you are on the wait list. I was on standby. I'm like, oh my gosh, standby means that maybe I won't get on. She's like, oh, you know, this happens all the time. We always have people that don't show up for their flight. They don't check in. They don't cancel their tickets. They just don't come. So I'm sure you'll get on. I'm like, okay. So she made it sound like it was no big deal. So I'm like, okay, fine. So she prints out my tickets for me right there, hands them to me. So I have my flight from KCI to Charlotte, North Carolina. And then I transfer from there and get on another plane to go to Fort Lauderdale Airport. Perfect. Yay. And it's only like another hour after my original flight was supposed to leave. So yay. I go through the TSA check-in thing. Everything's good there. I go through the security with the full body scan, take your shoes off and check all your baggage and all that kind of junk. I get myself all loaded back up. I get to the gate. I show the lady my tickets, blah, 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 blah. Unfortunately, since those jets have been grounded nationwide, there was a shortage of seats because they had to shuffle all the people off those planes onto smaller planes. And by small, I mean, you couldn't even have carry-on luggage. There wasn't enough storage in the passenger compartment for a carry-on. They were asking you to check your carry-on bags. It gets worse. So I'm sitting there waiting for my standby flight, and it comes and goes because there were no seats. Fabulous. So the lady calls my name. I hear my name. Passenger Jennifer Bond, please come to the gate. I go to the gate. The lady says, would you like us to put you on the 11 o'clock flight? I went, yes, please. So she did that. It happened again. Not only did it happen again that the flight had no seats, they were so overbooked, they started paying people to give up their flight. I'm not kidding. They were saying, they had this really nice announcement that came over that said, would you like to have summer spending cash? We will pay you $350 plus a flight voucher if you're willing to give up your seat on this blah, blah, blah flight, because we are very overbooked. Well, surrounding me are tons of college kids going on spring break, right? So they're not giving up their seat for nothing, honey. Plus all these like families, and there's a lady with a baby. I'm just going, I am never getting on this flight. And that's what happened. I never got on a flight. Finally, after sitting through 2 rounds of flights that I didn't get on, and going to the other gates where they had flights leaving from, because I was texting my husband. He stayed there the whole time, bless his heart, outside the gate area, like in the little waiting area, and he was texting me back and forth. And for whatever reason, I don't know why, KCI in the gate area doesn't have the flight schedule anywhere that I could see. I don't know why. So he did. So I was texting him going, when's the next flight to Miami and where's it going out of what gate? So I would go check with that gate and say, hey, do you have any seats available? And they'd be like, no, we're overbooked by 6. I go the next gate, whatever time that was, you know, gate 84, gate 85, gate 81, gate 82, whatever it was. I was like going around and asking, and they're like, no, we're overbooked, we're overbooked. Okay, great. Finally, I decide I'm not sitting here at this gate anymore. I'm not getting anywhere. So I go out of the gate area, past security. I go back into the little entrance of the airport. I go to the ticket counter. I talk to a different lady. I say, I'm trying to get to Miami. I haven't got a flight now. I've been on standby forever. Can you help me? She's like, oh, looks like you missed your flight. I'm like, that's a whole other situation that I'm not going to get into right now because it doesn't really matter. But anyway, so she's looking. They have nothing. Mind you, they have like 12 flights to go to Miami in a day. There's nothing. She goes, well, I can get you halfway there. I can get you to North Carolina, but I have no guarantee that you're going to find a flight from North Carolina to Miami. And I went, oh, well, no, thank you. I'd rather not be trapped in North Carolina all by myself for who knows how long, hoping for a flight somewhere. I said, well, could I possibly leave from a different airport? Like, could I go from here to Lambert in St. Louis and leave from there? Well, no, you can't do that with your ticket. So I was going to have to pay like an exorbitant amount of money to get a new ticket and everything, like $1,000. I'm like, I don't have $1,000 for a new ticket. Sorry. So I didn't get to go, which really bit terribly bad. I was very sad. To be honest, I cried all the way home. It was bad. It was a 2.5-hour ride home, and I pretty much wept the entire time, off and on. So I was just really, really sad. It was awful. And the sweet people that I would have met had been texting me going, are you on your flight? Are you almost here? When are you going to be here? Because we were going to meet up, right? And my dear sweet friend, Mediali from Pencils and Magic Wands, had been texting me, and I told her there's a problem and here's what's going on. And she's like, oh no. So I told her I wasn't able to get a flight. I don't know what to do. And she's like, well, let's see if we can find you another flight. I'm going to try to help you. So she tried to do some things for her end, but if there aren't any flights, there aren't any flights. And it's probably because KCI is not the hugest airport. Like, it wasn't like DC where there's like bajillions of people that go through every day. So if I'd been in a larger airport, then I probably would have been able to find a flight. But since they are horribly overbooked on every single flight to Miami, it was a lost cause for me, which really stunk. So that's the story of why I didn't go to Miami this year. But this is exciting. Mediali talked to the CEO of Genius Plaza and told her my situation, and she felt really bad for me. And she told me that there would be a spot for me next year. And I'm like, yes, hey, I want to go next year. So I am going to be there next year if I have to walk to Miami. My husband, sweetheart that he is, knew how horrible I felt and honestly was probably tired of seeing me miserable. And I had said, you know, there's this other conference in the summer that would be really awesome, but I don't know how we'd swing it, blah, blah, blah. So I kind of started thinking about, like, in our district, we get bonuses if we don't use our sick leave. They pay us for the days that we don't use. So we can get a pretty nice chunk of change if we don't use our sick leave, because their thing is they would rather have the classroom teachers in their classrooms because they're getting more teaching done with their students than if you have a substitute. Now, not to say that they will make you feel bad or penalize you if you do take sick leave, because if you're sick, they don't want you being there. Our district is very health conscious and very health aware, and they're very good about if you need to be gone, you need to be gone. And you don't get any flack for it. There's no kickback. There's no making you feel bad. There's no making you feel lesser than. You don't get a bad evaluation for it. There's nothing negative about it at all. So I feel like I get the best of both worlds, because I've heard some pretty bad stories from other teachers, and it really stinks for some of them. The way they're made to feel, if heaven forbid they get the flu. Like, do we want someone with a flu coming into their classroom? No. Go home and get well. First of all, you're not going to accomplish much when you're feeling like crap. Second of all, you're going to get your kids sick too, and they're going to feel like crap. And it's going to go around and around and around. You know how it is in a family when you all get the same thing from each other. That's how it happens in a classroom too. So I feel very blessed that my district does that for us. It's very nice. So I worked out that if I did not take any of my sick leave, which I only have 8.5 weeks of school, so it's not likely I would need to take a day off. So I'll have that money that I can count on, and that would pay for my conference. There it is. And then I need to cover my flight, but that wasn't a big deal. It wasn't super expensive to go to Texas, the Dallas airport. So I have made arrangements to go to the Get Your Teach On National Conference in Texas with Marielle, and I'm so excited because we're going to be roomies. Yay! And she was so smart and did not book a room in the Gaylord, which is this fancy schmancy hotel where the conference actually is taking place. She found a hotel that's just a little further away, that's a lot less expensive, very nice still, and we can room together and split the cost, which helps me immensely with my hotel fee. So I've already booked my flight, and I've got seats already. So I know that I'm going to be on that plane because I actually have seats this time. And it's out of St. Louis Airport this time, not Kansas City, which I don't think I'll ever go there again. That was a horrible experience, and I don't recommend it. I've been out of Lambert before when we went to Cancun 19 years ago. My husband and I, he won a trip at work, and we went, had no trouble. So I'm looking forward to that. So be looking for that exciting thing coming up soon. That's at the end of June. So I have to make it to through school and then get some things done at home, and then I'll be set to go at the end of June, the beginning of July. So very exciting. So Marielle and I will be having little tandem vlogs together. It's gonna be so fun. Also, we're hoping in our little girlfriend group that maybe we can have a summer meetup in someone's house or something. So we're trying to work out the logistics of that, and that would be amazing. I'm not sure if I can swing that because it's gonna be another flight, or I can drive like 10 hours. So we'll see what happens with that. I would love to, because I would love to see all the people that I would have seen had I gone to Miami. That's story time. I tried to give you all the details I could. It wasn't a deep, dark secret. I just want to be able to sit down and tell you what exactly happened so that you weren't left wondering. So there it is. On to the fun stuff. I now have scissors and I can open the package. All right. So this is from Teacher's Crate. Yeah, this is from Teacher's Crate Wearables. And it got a little smushed in the shipping, but that's okay. Oh my goodness. Janice. So I had a little bit of a hint that she's probably giving me a shirt of some kind from somewhere, because she had texted me and asked me my shirt size. And I'm like, okay. So she got me this cute shirt. Let's see what it says. Oh, that's so cute. Look, lucky teacher because I teach you. Ah, that is cute. Yes. And that does not just have to be for St. Patrick's time, because it's super cute without just being St. Patrick's. Plus, I'm Irish, so I'm good with that. Oh my gosh, is this a pop socket thing? I think it is. Let me open this up. That'll show you what it is. It is! Look, it's an owl pop socket. How cute! I love it. Aw. Oh, and some socks. You know, I love some socks. I'm a sock girl, I tell you. I come home from school, and generally one of the first things I do, I'm so weird, is I change into my pajamas and I go wash my feet, because my feet feel gross at the end of the day, no matter what I wear, whether I'm wearing flip-flops or boots or anything. So I always take off my socks and then wash my feet and put on clean socks. Aw, look, those are cute little teacher socks. Awesome teacher. Aw. Oh, look at this pointing up. So cute. There's like little apples and some little paper, like handwriting paper. Oh, and we got A's, so these are good socks. Yay. Oh, thank you, Janice. You're so sweet. I cannot wait to wear these. Yay. Okay. Next, I have another package. A sweet lady named Audrey. Several packages inside the big package. Oh, wow. Oh, she made cute little worksheets for my kids. Look. Put the words in order. Money practice. Oh my goodness. These are so cool. Oh, and like little secret codes. How fun. Here are some more money math worksheets. And here are also the beginning, middle, and ending worksheets. I traced them all out. Just make your 24 copies. Enjoy. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh, I can feel the ink where she traced. They feel so cool. I'm a texture person. Look at all these amazing handwritten worksheets that she made. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Oh, and these are all different in this packet. Oh, wow. Oh, this had to take you some time. And here's some middle sounds and some ending sounds. Oh my goodness. These are so cool. Thank you. Wow. I cannot imagine how much time this took you. Oh, there's one more. Let's see. Another note. My name is Audrey. Oh, she's from Missouri too. I wanted to write to you that I found lots of compound words and math money worksheets for your second graders. All you need is your copies to make 24 of them. Okay, so this should have been the first note that I opened. I hope this will help out. Enjoy your math and compound words. Keep up the good work, your friend Audrey.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I have some friends that are having a rough time with money. A very rough time. And these will be amazing for them because it's not something they've done before. These will be something new. So thank you so much for thinking of my class and helping them out. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. Friend, you did so many things. Oh my goodness. You should write a book. Like seriously, you could publish this. Read and highlight the compound words. They need to know the difference between compound and multisyllabic words. Yes. You must have heard me say that one day when we were doing compound words and they were having trouble distinguishing if it had different syllables or if it had actual different words. Oh, this is awesome. Thank you. Wow, these are amazing. Counting money one. And then there's some addition fluency. And some subtraction fluency. Seriously, you made answer keys? You are amazing. Oh my gosh. I don't even have to use my brain. Yay. And here's some math, adding and subtracting double digit. Oh, that's amazing. Oh yes, I have a few friends that are having trouble with that still, even though I feel like we did it forever. But it's just hard. It's hard for some kids. See, when I was in second grade, we did not do double digits at all. We were doing single digit everything. We didn't do double digits probably till fourth grade. So the fact that first grade does double digits and second grade does triple digits just blows my mind sometimes. Because I think back to when I was their age, which was, a while ago. And I just go, we did not do all this stuff when I was your age. We did not do this stuff. Thank you so much. You put in so much time and effort to make these and then to package them up and send them to me. Thank you so much. These will be amazing. Wow. My copier is going to be busy. Yep. This is so cool to have all these resources. And I have all these little envelopes to sort them out in. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let me tell you about my day today. So, it was our first day back from spring break. So that was kind of hard in itself. And honestly, as I walked in to the second grade hallway, there weren't any kids up there yet. I saw one of my second grade teamies and I went, riding the struggle bus. And she goes, oh, sister, me too. And it has nothing to do with the kids at all. And it really doesn't have anything to do with teaching. Basically, it just has to do with getting up and being like human. Like having to get yourself ready after not having to do that for a week. It's just hard. It's hard to just pull your carcass out of bed and be productive with yourself. So yes, I was up early every day of spring break because I just do that because I'm just used to being up really early, like 5:30, 6 o'clock every single day, no matter what. But I did not have to do anything really. I mean, I could just peel myself out of bed, throw on my glasses, just wear my pajamas however long I wanted, go grab some coffee, and go hang on the couch. So I didn't have to do my hair, I didn't have to pick out clothes, didn't have to figure out what I'm gonna have for lunch, didn't have to have a breakfast made, nothing like that. So there's a lot that goes into getting ready in the morning. And I think I'd already forgotten. So this morning I was like laying in bed going, oh, I don't know if I can do this today. Not sure I have the mental fortitude to do this today. And I don't know if you do this too, but every single break, every single time, the night before we go back to school, it doesn't matter if it's summer, it doesn't matter if it's Christmas, it doesn't matter if it's a 4-day weekend, it doesn't matter at all how long the break is. The night before we go back to school, I can't sleep. What is that? Am I like anxious about going back? Am I worried my alarm won't go off? I don't know. But it's really annoying because you start out the day already tired. That is not a good thing when you're kind of about having to get up in the first place. So yeah, I woke up several times in the night, like 2 o'clock, then like 4 o'clock. And then I'm like, oh, should I even try to go back to sleep? Yes, I think I should. And then the alarm goes off and you're like, ugh. So I laid there for just a little bit, like scrolling through Instagram and Facebook for just a little bit to wake myself up more. And then you get up and you start going, oh my gosh, I'm so out of my routine. Like, it's a lot to do to get ready for a school day. Yeah. I did get things ready the night before. Like, I had my clothes ready like I always do. I had my iced coffee in the freezer. I had my water bottle filled. That stuff was all done. But it's just like the physical, like taking a shower, putting your makeup on, getting your hair done, just stupid things like that were hard today. Really, really hard. Do you feel the same way when you come back from a break? Is it just really, really hard to be a made up person by the time you get to school? I talked to some of my teammates today and they had the same struggle, so I didn't feel so bad. But I feel like the spring break coming back almost was harder than the Christmas one, even though Christmas was longer. I don't know why that was. Maybe it's because I was ready to come back after Christmas. I don't know. I mean, I was ready to come back after spring break, but not really. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's hard. It's hard because you're just like, oh, I really enjoyed not having to be so very on top of things. And I didn't have a schedule so much. I could just kind of do what I wanted, whenever I wanted, kind of like summer. But I don't know. And every break, I always just kind of chill for a while, for like a few days. And then I start going, okay, so I need to do lesson plans. And I just kind of picked at those. I got those done like last Thursday or something. And then I start getting creative. Then I start getting all these wild ideas because I'm poking around on Pinterest and I'm looking at people's Instagrams going, oh, I want to do that. Ooh, I want to do that too. So then I got to make more work for myself. Well, lately, apparently it's not good enough for me to just use someone else's idea, their product, whatever it's already made. No, I have to make my own. So that's a whole bunch more work right there. But like when I did my movie theater transformation, it was a lot of work. But I'm really glad that I did it because I could tailor it to the things that my kids needed. And it was great. And I can always change things up, add things to it, whatever. I've made another one. Yeah, I did. I have wanted to do this one for quite a while. It's based on one of my favorite movies. And it's going to be science and social studies standards this time. My movie theater transformation was math and ELA standards. This one hits some of our fourth quarter science and social studies standards. So I'm really excited and I got it all completely made over the break. So now all I need is my class and they can do it. And then I can take pictures of some of the things that we've done and put it in my product and it'll be in my TpT store after I do it. So stay tuned for that. I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to do it because I have a couple of other things I want to do before that. Like Friday, I'm doing a March Madness thing. And then the week, 2 weeks after that, I'm doing something else that's already made and ready to go because I got some of that stuff made too. So then after that is probably when I'll do my new classroom transformation. So not to string you along, I'm just letting you know what's coming up. Before the end of the year, I'll be doing this other one. I don't know if I'm going to do my bakery transformation again. I have 4 kids in my class this year that were in my class last year that thought it was amazing. Like everyone in my class from last year thought it was amazing, but I have 4 that came to my class this year too. And they talk about it. So I don't know if I'm going to do that one again because I have another thing that I've already gotten prepared that has pieces of that in it. Like it's got fractions. And so I'm kind of thinking, no, I may do the other thing instead. And it's already ready to go too because I made that like a month ago. So I'm trying to be ahead of things because to be honest, getting the materials prepped for a classroom transformation is like most of the work right there. And then setting up your classroom is the other part of the work. Having the kids do things is the amazing part. Like you can just like direct them, get them started, and you just kind of stand back and you're just watching them go to town. It's amazing. And I was watching Corey Markison from True Tales of a Teacher, who's like the uber major awesome classroom transformation queen next to Gifted Teacher 305 on Instagram. Shouting you out, girl, because I love your transformations and I'm gonna meet you. Yes, I am. Anyway, Corey Markison is part of the Get Your Teach On group. Like she's all up in there with Hope King and Amy Lemons and Chelsea McGowan. So they are like the core of Get Your Teach On right there. So you can imagine how amazing the things that I do of hers will be. She's the one that did the Monsters Inc. one that I did in October. She's the one that came up with the Mathville, which I did fairly recently. And she's the one that did the March Madness thing that I'm doing on Friday. And she's also the one that has the fraction thing that I'm going to do coming up when we get to fractions. So super awesome. And I cannot wait to have a session of hers on the Get Your Teach On National Conference in the summer. Really looking forward to that. But I was watching one of her Insta stories, one of the highlights, and she talks about how she does her breakouts and her classroom transformations. And she said that what you need to do is be willing to give up some control to your kids. You cannot help them on things a lot. You need to let them kind of ride the struggle bus just a little bit. And like, don't let them get like super frustrated and like cry and throw things. No, that's not good ever. You need to step in before that happens. Don't rescue them out of a problem-solving situation without giving them a fair shake to do it themselves. She says she gives hints and kind of guides them to the right direction to go to solve their problem, but doesn't like fix it for them. And I'm like, yeah. See, I had to kind of change my mindset a little more this year than I had in first grade, because you look at little first graders and you're like, oh, my little firsties, they're so young. They're basically giant kindergartners now, and they need lots of help. That's true in a lot of areas. However, they're capable of thought, and they're capable of a little struggle to work stuff out. Like, they can problem solve. You just need to let them do it. And second graders even more so, because they're older, they have more experience, and they got more background knowledge now. So you really need to get out of their way and let them do it. That is what the cool thing is about breakouts and classroom transformations, is giving them the opportunity to problem solve and work their way through the scenarios that you've given them. So I will tell you that the new transformation that I have created, that will be coming up before May, or right around May, has a lot of that in it. Since it's a lot of the scientific method and, you know, explaining their thinking. They're going to be doing experiments to solve problems. So they're going to have a lot more responsibility in the outcome of this one. Like, I have the materials, and I'll have, you know, the decorations and all that makes it like super fun and over the top extra. But ultimately, it's going to be more rigorous than what they're probably used to a lot of times. So I'm going to have to just know going in that I might need to give a little more direction, and then just kind of be like, okay, what are you going to do to solve this problem? What do you think we should do here? Kind of give them some guiding questions to lead them to the right path, rather than saying, here's what you do here, start with this. I'm going to give less help and more hint on this one. And I've been telling them recently, especially today, I said, guys, we only have 2 months of school left. Can you believe that? And they're like, wow, really? I'm like, yeah. So, and you're so much closer to being third graders now than second graders. So I'm going to be treating you more like third graders now than second graders, which means, you know, you're going to be able to do more things than you were before. If you can show me you can handle the responsibility, you'll get to do some more things too, because you can handle it more because you're so much older now and ready for that. And they're like, they were so excited. That was like, wow, cool, we're almost third graders. And I really pointed out in the hallway that once they kind of got their jiggles out and stuff, because they hadn't seen each other for a while, once they got their wiggles and jiggles out and got all the little chatters out, we made it down the hallway pretty smoothly. Like, when we were up in the second grade hallway, they were a little more chatty and, you know, whatever. But they kind of got themselves back in the groove of walking in the line. And by the time we got downstairs to our specials class, they had it going on. And I praised them for it. I really did. I said, wow, guys, you guys are really looking like third graders. It's really cool. Oh, I got to tell you this. Shout out to my class, because props to them. I peeked in our instructional coach's office real quick while the kids were using the restroom after recess today. And I asked her a quick question. As I was asking her my question, I had not one, not two, but 3 different second graders come to me separately to tell me all the compliments they'd gotten from a teacher walking by. Holy bananas, that's amazing. And it was the afternoon. I think they were tired, but they were awesome in the hallway. And it's right by the office and the library. So that's kind of the no-no talk zone anyway. And they were great. They were so great. And I walked down the hallway and I didn't hear them. And I went around the corner and I'm like, oh my goodness, guys, this is amazing. And they're all like, hey, we got compliments. I'm like, I know you did. I had 3 people come and tell me how excited they were for that. That's so awesome. I said, I'm pretty sure that you've probably filled up your star jar now with all of those compliments you've gotten, because every time they get compliments from another teacher, they get 10 stars in our jar. So it really behooves them to be putting their awesomeness out there for the world to see when we're not in our classroom, so they can get those compliments. And they were just so proud of themselves. I said, doesn't that make you feel good that someone else noticed how amazing you are being? And they're like, yeah. I said, me too. It makes me super proud of you. It makes my heart burst with happiness, because she didn't have to say anything. She could have just walked on by and ignored you. But she made a point of stopping and telling you several different times how awesome you are being in the hallway. And I was not right up in the grill watching them and giving them the teacher stare, any of that stuff. No, they were doing it on their own, because after they used the restroom, the girls' restroom is on one end of the hallway and the boys' is on the other end. So I tend to stay in the middle and kind of watch the traffic go by. But this time I had my head poked into an office for just a few minutes, and I was, you know, listening to the traffic going by and stuff, but I wasn't like up in their faces reminding them to be quiet and stuff. They just did it. I'm like, oh, thank you. So I'm going to use that every day and be like, remember how awesome you were yesterday? I bet you can do that again too. I would love to see that, because let's get another party under our belts. Because I threw all those stars in the jar and I said, you've earned your next party. Let's start planning it. So they're super excited about that. And I told them this time, instead of me asking each individual student what they want to do, I'm just going to let them write it down on a paper, and we're going to put it in a container of some kind. And I'm not just going to like draw out an idea. I'm going to look at all of them and make tally marks for each thing, but we can keep those for the party that we don't do, to keep our ideas in there. So like an idea jar. So I think that's going to be awesome. It's the same concept as me asking each kid what they want to do, because we'd always do that. And I'd write it on the board and I'd tally up however many, you know, each one had. And then we'd take the top 3 and then we'd vote on it. And whatever got the highest votes is what we did that time. And if I could combine a couple of them or all 3 of them, I would. Like if they wanted, one of them was a PJ party. One of them was, I don't know, watch a short video like at the end of the day, 15 minutes or something. And one of them was, I don't know, bring a stuffed animal. You could do all 3 of those. That'd be no big deal, because the PJs don't take any time away. And bringing the stuffed animal doesn't take any time away. The 15 minutes at the end of the day is no big deal, as long as you can get all your work done. And that's always my stipulation. It's always on a Friday, and you have to get everything done first, so we have the time for it. Because if we don't get our work done, we don't have the extra time for it. So they really work for that, and they deserve it. They've worked hard to get all those compliments, and the behavior has been wonderful. So I want to reward them. So that's how that's going to work. So they're really excited, because I said, you know, I think you can handle having that kind of a way to pick out the next reward party, don't you think? And they're like, yeah. So I'm going to get some of my Astor Brights. I'll make it fancy, you know, fancy paper. I'll make little fancy papers for them to put their little ideas on. And I'll get like a fancy jar to put them in. It'll be our idea jar. And we'll just pull them out and see what we got. So that's really, really cool. Tonight, I need to fill out a paperwork thing for a kid, because there's always some kind of paperwork, which is fine. Just, you know, you gotta have data on everybody. And I feel like I brought something else home, but I don't think I did. I think I got it all done at school today, because I was kicking hiney today. I really was. I was like, I got all the stuff I want to get done, and I did it. I reorganized reading groups. I met with all my groups and had them choose their new reading group book, because I figure I should give them some more choice now that they're older and wiser. So all of them got to choose books, except for my group that went to the reading teacher, because we ran out of time for them to come choose a new book, but they'll be the first ones tomorrow. And yeah, I just feel like we kicked hiney today. We rocked it out. It was good. It was a good day. So yay. We're in our measurement chapter for Go Math. We just started that today, and they did a really good job with that. We're kind of in the middle of measurement in our Power Hour groups. My kids finished up their dino parks today, and they were so cool. I wish I could have filmed that, but I couldn't, because I was in the middle of teaching. So you just have to imagine in your mind some paper that's about this size, filled with dinosaur pens. We separated the herbivores and carnivores on different sides of the park because they should not be living together. We put a body of water in between. Then they were to make the pens for each dinosaur, certain dimensions. They had to measure the dinosaurs that they had in their little book that I talked about a while back. And they had to add so many inches to the pen to make it livable for that dinosaur. And then since the paper was not going to accommodate, you know, a whole bunch of 11-inch pens, we converted 1 inch equaled 1 centimeter on our paper. And so we did a key for that. So they did really well with that. And then they were measuring with inches and centimeters. Yeah, that's how you get that in there. And then today, most of them were done. And so I told them they could draw their dinosaurs. And they were drawing them to scale. Like I didn't even say anything. And they were looking at their little data sheet that they had done. And they're like, oh no, my dinosaur is supposed to be 7 and he's only 6. I said, well, did you count his tail? And then he's like, I don't know. I said, well, why don't you measure him again and see? And he's like, no. I said, well, could you just add enough onto your tail to make him the right size? And he's like, yeah. I said, rather than having to erase your whole lovely dinosaur that you made with like the scales and everything. I said, it was like really cool. He's like, yeah. I had kids adding guard towers to their parks. I'm like, that's a good idea. Because we all know the Jurassic Parks didn't go over so well in the movies, did they? It always started out, ooh, ah, and always ended up with, ah, which they thought was super hilarious when I did that. I had one kid that said he was going to put nukes in his guard shack. And I went, you're going to use nukes in your Jurassic Park? Uh-huh. So if a dinosaur escapes, we're all just going to blow up? And he goes, yep. I went, oh. He goes, well, no, they're special nukes. They only get the dinosaurs. I went, oh, that's cool. There you go. Oh my gosh. The stuff these kids come up with. Wow. Okay. I have talked for a very, very long time. So I'm going to let you go for tonight. I'm going to go get ready for bed, check out my contacts, wash these feet because they've been in these sandals all day, and relax a little bit so I can fill out my paperwork for the kiddo. I will see you tomorrow.